Hello, good morning. It's not really. It's literally midday. Welcome to what's going to be the 24-hour all-nighter magical readathon. I've not really done much vlogging apart from the Patreons. It is, what is it? It's 20 past 1 o'clock. Sorry for the stuffiness. With like a cold or whatever, not corona. As you can literally see here. Logan's out to get a kilt fitting. Very Scottish of him, for his sister's wedding. I'm making some quizzes, and you don't need to see those Domino's boxes. I don't need to be judged. And then I'm gonna make some quests. We'll start it off with a live stream. But before that, I really need to make some food. I'm not really eating properly. There's not much that I can make. So I'm just gonna make this very easy kind of pasta, but I've been really loving it recently. And I also need to sort this situation and put it in the thing. This bad boy is my current read, which I am all like 25 pages in. Hello, update quickly. I am live with you and I will be, so I don't know how I'm gonna update you. So we've just started. I have put my timer on, so I know exactly how many hours, minutes, seconds I have left. We'll likely start with continuing with this together with an audiobook maybe. I think I'm only on page 25 though, so I definitely have some work to do. Very excited for the quizzes and the quests. I hope people will enjoy it. I was kind of rushing everything, so now I can finally kind of relax and do some reading. We have 21 and a half hours left. We're still sprinting very much, so I'm still hosting. Already spent 15 minutes of this sprint just making some more graphics for the quests. I'm not having the best of luck trying to read this. Maybe it's just the mood today, that's what I'm kind of hoping. So I swapped Summer Frost, which is Kindle book that I have. It is by Blake Crouch, one of my absolute favorite authors, for I think a reason. Literally 20 pages in, and well, I'm more than 20 pages in now, but when I was 20 pages in, I just got so excited. This is what I kind of live for. This is my niche that I thrive in. It's speculative fiction. It's a lot to do with, well, his writing in general. It's a lot to do with like time, alternate realities, and exploring all of that and like human stuff. In this one in particular, we have a game developer who's working on this game, and there was this NPC that came to be an AI without them really knowing how that happened, and now they're nurturing this AI to become really smart, and obviously that's probably gonna lead to some questionable things at the end. And I'm just really liking it, and the way that the AI speaks to the main character, the way that it's describing things that are very human, and how that is not how they experience things, so they're just kind of reacting to our concepts and society, and it's really cool, and I've just really been enjoying it so much. I don't know if I'll be able to finish it in the next sprint because I've spent, as I said, a little bit of that doing other things, but I'm so excited, and I'm just thriving with this book, which is very nice because I was really struggling to get into this one. As I said, I think I'm like 35 pages in, so not even that much further from where I began, but maybe my mind was just kind of like a little bit busy thinking how I'm gonna host things. That's kind of the hope. I'm hoping to get into that still. But currently, this swap is working brilliantly. For the points, for the guilds, because guilds are battling it out, Order of the Crescent have 10, Mindwalkers have 50, the House of the Arcane have 50, and the Archivists have 20. So, but you know, the night is young, so we'll see what happens. And no one really knows the prize they're fighting for, but there is one. Just to note that at 19 hours 45 minutes remaining, I have finished Summer Frost. I do like it a lot though, so it could be a 5. I've highlighted some bits, maybe I'll tell you, but I don't know if that's a spoiler because it's nice discovering those quotes. So finished the thing, which is great because this completes my spells and incantation, a very important one. Cool, good. Now I only have 2 left. Hello, update. The games went well. The guilds are quite close, so we'll see what happens tomorrow. But Order of the Crescent went from the last place to the first, which is very interesting. The actual time is 20 past midnight. Finished with the sprints a little while ago, and I am now reading this. I decided to pick this up instead of continuing with this, which I'm worried. I hope that I get into it. I should. Maybe it's just like a mood thing, you know? Page 37 on the record of the Spaceborne Few, and I am also on page 37 of Before the Coffee Gets Cold, which is about this coffee shop where there's a particular spot, a particular seat for a particular amount of time that you can travel back in time but not change the present. And the chapters are made into little stories, so I'm presuming there are 4 different people that will travel back. The first one's called The Lovers, that's the one I'm currently at. The second one's a husband and wife, then the third one's the sisters, and the last one is mother and child. I like that stuff. So far I'm really enjoying it. I'm way more into this than I am in the Becky Chamber one, which is like breaking my heart. Especially since I didn't have much luck with the one with the robot in the wild. Something with the wild build. I can't remember. Like, if I don't have big luck with this one as well, I don't know if I can still say that it's one of my favorite authors. So I really don't want that to happen. But I'm excited to read this. What I'm going to do is I'm probably gonna go to bed and try to wake up earlier tomorrow rather than staying later tonight. I think that's maybe my plan. Because I think that's a good plan. Let's do that. I still need to take my makeup off and I just go... I hate that part. I hate it. Hello. Bit of an unfortunate turn of events. But I think what happened is that I have inhaled and then choked on acid reflux during the night. And it's really like painful now. I was up from like 5 to 7. So now it's a little bit later than I would hoped for. It's 9:15 and my voice is a bit... like it's not good and I'm kind of wheezy and it still really hurts and I still keep coughing and anyway, I feel shattered, so that's good. But I did try to go back to sleep and I slept for like an hour. My body had a different idea of waking up early. It was like, let me hold my beer, I'll help you. I literally sound like I've either been to a very amazing concert or have been smoking 2 packs of cigarettes per day for the last 10 years. One or the other, because I obviously woke Logan up. We're feeling a little bit like sad, so I think we're gonna have breakfast. So we're gonna go get McDonald's because I think I need to. Then I'll tackle the day. It's just so funny because I had such good intentions and then my body is like, lol, let me come up with something. That is what it is what it is. Oh my god.
I'll take you home. Maybe it's love.
But I have finished Before the Coffee Gets Cold. It was okay. I was kind of expecting, I think, a little bit more, but it was okay. It's definitely going to be at least 3 stars. There's nothing really wrong with it. We are kind of exploring, not really what ifs, which I did like. it's more so because you can't change the future or the past you come from. It was more so getting closure rather than anything else, which is quite nice. The writing is quite easy to follow, so if you are a little bit unsure and if you're afraid that you're gonna get lost in any type of sci-fi things, if you don't like the sci-fi jargon, you shouldn't be worried about this at all. This is completely different and you shouldn't be struggling with it. It's very easy to read. I think I'm gonna go and prep for the quizzes first and then see how much time I have left and how I'm feeling, because I am not feeling the best. So I'm gonna go do that first and see what's up. So we're actually done. But I am going to continue and give myself more time because I've spent the last like 2 hours or so hosting the quizzes and I didn't actually get any reading done. So I'm just gonna continue and I'm just, technically it's done and I have finished 2 books and I read like 35 pages of the other one. So you know what? It's all good. But I'm probably just gonna give it a little bit of a read to continue if I can, and then probably will just crash and watch TV. I think that is my plan. Are you tired yet of seeing me in the same spot? But I've just ran this through Copile, and I thought I'm gonna give you a little bit of like more thoughts on it. So as I said, this is set in a retro cafe, and we kind of follow the people who run it, which is quite fun because that's a bit of stability. And they have this spot in the cafe where in one particular seat, and it's plenty of rules to this time travel. You can time travel and you can only do it once, but because of the kind of extensive amount of rules and restrictions, for example, you cannot actually change the future. It's actually not as sensational as you would think. So I like that aspect of it, where it's kind of interesting how people abandon a literal miracle of time travel just because it's not as pragmatic as one would think, or you cannot profit from it as much as you would think. So it was interesting. It's this just like random chair in this random cafe and everyone just lets it be. It's fun. So I really like that concept, and I appreciated the topics and subjects we were looking at because the characters that were using this feature were not looking for changing the future, well, because they couldn't. We are kind of focusing more onto little things that are just as meaningful or can be just as meaningful, like closure and last chances, and I think it's beautiful. We also had some themes of death and degenerative illnesses, and I thought that was really interestingly done. So there are 4 traveler stories in total. I think my very favorite one was Husband and Wife. The Lovers was probably the weakest one, honestly. The fact that it was for the first one also didn't quite help the story. I quite enjoyed the sisters and the mother and child as well. All of them are quite sad, so this is definitely not something super cheerful if you're looking for that. The biggest downfall, I believe, for me was perhaps the writing style and pacing. Not that there's much pacing to begin with, because this is not like a pace-driven, it's not a plot-driven story. Obviously, we're all talking about emotions, but because this is such a limited page amount, I felt like we really didn't have, and I understand this is a stylistic and very much purposeful choice, but there was quite a lot of repetition, and I just feel like we didn't have luxury because of the shortness of this book to have that repetition. However, it did build up the atmosphere, which was one of the highest, I think the highest actually, score in my rating. It was quite atmospheric. You could really feel being in the cafe. The intro to each story was just a little bit too long for my liking. I think I would have rather explored more complex side of the story. However, it was very interesting seeing the characters interact with one another. It felt quite natural, it was quite believable, which again really added to the atmosphere. I think that the ghost edition was very unnecessary. It kind of threw me off a little bit. I don't think it added anything, and we didn't talk about it too often, but it did still again come up and took the precious page space from me where I could have had something else happening. I didn't get as emotional as I was hoping to, but I still really enjoyed it. It came out as 3.5, not at all far from 4 stars. Actually, it's 6.93, and 7 is when the 4 stars begin. So it wasn't as spectacular maybe as I was hoping. It's not 5 stars, it's not even 4 stars, but it's very, very close to a 4 stars, and I still prefer this to the Midnight Library. I will always recommend The Humans over the Midnight Library. Hello, I'm here to wrap this vlog up. I did do a little bit more reading, as I said, and I'm on page 70 of A Record of Spaceborne Few, and I'm still not feeling it, and it genuinely, like, I've waited a couple of days to even update you, because I just feel heartbroken. I don't know what it is. I'm having an identity crisis. For years, I've been saying that Becky Chambers is one of my favorite authors, and now if I'm not gonna end up, well, I mean, I'm still gonna give it a go. But if I don't end up loving this, and I didn't love some for the wild build, it's two against two. Two things I liked. No, three actually. Three things I liked, because I liked the other novella a lot. And two that I didn't, and it's not the best ratio. So I'm literally having a crisis. I don't know who I am as a reader anymore. It just sucks. Like, I literally have no motivation to pick this up. I've been really struggling with the intrigue. I'm just not connecting, which is so odd, because normally that connection is so strong, so strong. But I'm hoping to do a bit more reading today, and if things improve, fingers crossed they do, because I'm literally just not having a good time mentally. Thinking that somehow I've been wrong about the author. It's just such a defining feature of myself, liking this author at this point. But you know, I've gone through crisis before, and I will go through it again if needs be, and this would obviously be a smaller one because the other one was all consuming. But so at least I'm practiced in the chaos of changing. I think the 24 hours did go really well. As per usual, I think I've done quite a bit of hosting and chatting in between, so it was definitely not a 24 hours per se of reading. I think I might just do like an individual low-key one at some point secretly, just for the video's sake and to just speed up some reading. But I did get a 5-star, which is amazing. So we have Summer Frost. Amazing. I've also watched, this is unrelated because I didn't watch it during the 24 hours, but I have also, if you like that, if you like Summer Frost and if you like stuff that I like, the techno thrillers, watch Humans. It has been cancelled after 3 seasons, which genuinely breaks my heart. If Elon Musk is somehow watching, please just sprinkle a little bit of your wealth into this amazing show so they can have the AI goodness that we all deserve. It's so good. I would highly recommend watching the show anyway if you liked Summer Frost. That's just how my brain connected those two. I think I got like a 3.5 stars on Before the Coffee Gets Cold, which I think I've spoken to you about, and I genuinely can't even tell you what this is about, other than, you know, recording some people's lives. I'm having trouble even distinguishing between characters when they are in reality very, very different. There's also a kid chapter, which I don't know. I just don't know. It's anyway. But yeah, I am here and I'm not having a good time. Anyway, on this miserable note, I hope you guys enjoyed the vlog. It's probably, hopefully gonna be a little bit shorter. My voice is recovering, which is nice. And yeah, let me know how you guys did. If you read anything exciting during the magical all-nighter, let me know. And especially if you think it's something I would like as well, because I would love to check that out. Yeah, stay awesome, stay kind, and I'll see you very soon in the next one. Bye!